I'll be in the back. That's so mean.
Shut up. So just the way we're talking, we're just gonna start it like that, and then I'm gonna edit that shit out later.
Okay.
All right. So, welcome back to another episode of the podcast with no name.
You have to come up with a name.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I really do. Today with me, we have the lovely Gabriella, somewhat talented, but very, very funny.
Somewhat. Well, I'm very talented. Thank you very much.
You are.
I was going to say there sounds like there's a but after that.
No, anything after the word but doesn't. What's the thing? Doesn't count.
But.
However.
No, you didn't say however counts.
Synonyms. All right. So today's episode, we are talking about. This is a first in a series of what, 7 or 8? I guess 8 because of the movies of Harry Potter movies. Now, disclaimer: these are just our opinions, and we are both fans of the Harry Potter franchise. Though she is the expert, and I haven't really read any of the books, but I've watched the movies over and over, theatrical, not the extended. So I'm not that big a fan. Mostly
with me.
Yeah. Most of the time. 99% of the time. Alright, so with that being said, I do have some things, as always. I'm the worst person to watch a movie or a show or listen to a song or anything with. Because
you take a 2-hour movie and you turn it into a 4.5-hour movie?
That, and also, I'm a big critic. And this is America, damn it.
Is it that you're a critic, though, or do you just have to analyze everything?
Here's the thing. If I'm being
because you're not critiquing, you're analyzing, you're questioning it.
Well, yeah, that's critique.
Not necessarily, though.
Yeah, no, right now, if you go to a restaurant, you pay for shit, right? Okay, are you not entitled to your comments and your opinions?
Yes, but when you're at a restaurant, if you don't like something, one, you can tell the waiter and they'll send it back. They'll get you something else. That's number one. And number two, you're not analyzing why is it this kind of steak? Why is it that? Why wouldn't they this?
True, but when I'm saying like critiquing one, that doesn't mean like I hate it. I'm just saying it could have been a little less salty. Yeah. You know what I mean? So just
that's a critique, but these are questions. So I'm saying, are you
analyzing? No, these aren't questions. These are critiques. These are talking points. Is what these are. And I have a long list of them, so we'll see if we can get through them all. All of them. If you don't see them, you're gonna hear about them. So, first things first. So, in the first movie, first of all, the theme song slaps.
For the record, he literally wrote "First of all."
First of all, the theme song slaps, and it always slaps. Whether it's in a meme, whether you hear it in the movie, or whether you got it on Spotify. Yes, exactly. That was so cool. I'll put that link later on. Okay, Professor McGonagall. Okay. First scene in the movie when they're dropping Harry off to his damn uncle's house and shit.
The Dursleys.
Yeah, like why? Like I'm sure they did their research on what kind of people they were.
Right.
Like, did you really think that was the best place to drop this baby? Like knowing what kind of person? Like that they hated her magical sister. Like that's I get it's your closest living relatives, but god damn, dude. Like, that couldn't have been the best choice. Oh my god.
It wasn't the best choice, but in that discussion between Professor McGonagall and Albus Dumbledore, they said it's better that he grows up away from all of this, because imagine him trying to figure all that out at the age of 4, 5, 6, as opposed to... Granted, 11 is not like a prime age to understand these things either, but imagine learning like you're a wizard, Harry, like at the age of 11 as opposed to 4.
True, but I mean, isn't it like the sooner the better? I mean, if that's the case, then why not just do that with every child? Like no matter if they're like muggle born or whatever, just have them born in our world, raised a little bit, and then when they're like 11 or 12, like, hey, welcome to the wizarding world. Like, what's the difference between Harry and some other like kids? They couldn't find an orphanage to leave him at? In the wizarding world, you know?
Okay, but again, what happened with Voldemort when he was left in an orphanage.
Yeah, but
he was setting shit on fire.
Yeah, but he's a special kid. That's like having that's like raising Jeffrey Dahmer. No matter what you were going to do, it was Jeffrey Dahmer.
Not exactly. But that's the thing. What if it's their upbringing that turns them into who they become.
I mean,
not every child that grows up in a rough home becomes Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, but, and not every child who, grows up in a wizarding world in an orphanage, I'm sure, turns into fucking Voldemort.
But given, one, the history of Voldemort, and two, Harry's ties to Voldemort.
Yeah.
Do you really think they wanted to risk it? Because Albus knew from the beginning. Albus knew from the beginning that Harry was the last Horcrux or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, that point makes more sense. Also, what the hell was the point of McGonagall turning from a cat into a human? Like, why disguise yourself as a cat if you're gonna, in the middle of the night, under the street lamps and shit, turn into a human being?
Albus turned out all the lights. Remember that?
Well,
with his little put out.
Yeah, so no one was like watching TV and like, the fuck, it's dark.
It was the middle of the night. Who's watching TV at 3 a.m?
People who work at night, graveyard shift workers, prostitutes, who are coming home. There are people who work at night, thank you. Decent human beings, Gabby.
I'm not saying that there are not people who work the night shift or whatever the case may be. However, on this particular street, on this particular night, it just so happened that nobody was awake.
But still, why? Okay, but if that was the case, why disguise yourself? You could just walk down the damn street.
True, but you have you read the book?
I read the first one, but when I was like 13.
Hey, that was a lifetime ago. Okay, so they talk about like when Vernon, is on his way to work and like while he's at work and all this and that, he sees people dressed in cloaks, and he's not thinking it's the wizarding world.
Oh yeah.
And he's like commenting
Vernon's
on
the uncle, right? Yeah.
Excuse me.
You're excused. Fuck out of here.
I thought we said keep the profanity to a minimum.
No, we said keep the racism. Keep the profanity high. That's juicy. That's views, baby.
I thought you said that's Jews. I was like, wait, what did you just say?
I said muggles.
Yeah, so in the book, they talk about how when he is like on his way to and from work, he's seeing all of this going on, and he's commenting on like how strange it is, and like he's not thinking, at least they don't say in the book, that they're wizards and witches. He's just saying like, oh, it must be some like rally or something. I forget what word they use. I don't know. It's been forever since I watched it. Oh my god.
No, okay, all right. That I understand, but still doesn't answer the question. But here's the thing: why McGonagall was a cat?
Because again, she was disguising herself so she can watch them all day. She even says, "I've watched them all day." She can't stay.
This is why you need a book expert.
She can't. She says it in the movie.
When the hell did she say that?
When she's telling Albus, like, are you sure you want to leave them with these people? I've watched them all day. They're the worst sorts of muggles. You don't remember that?
I remember that beginning part, but I guess her accent didn't translate. Or remember, as you all remember in my last episode, I couldn't really hear out of this ear. Literally, right before you got here, I went to go fucking get my ear checked. And it turns out when I went swimming,
oh no.
Legit, like what happened?
Ika, you've been in Canada.
Yeah, Danny's house. No, a couple days ago.
Oh.
Yeah, so
is Danny here?
No,
Donnie. Oh,
Donnie, not Danny. Anyways, we'll cut that part to commercial.
Too many D's.
Yeah, I know, right? So when I went swimming, apparently like there was like water in my ear kind of thing. Huh? So I just went to like spray it out. Yeah. So now I can finally hear on my left side.
Nice.
So yeah, my hearing skills have improved. Thank you very much.
Since Sunday?
Yeah. Anyways, okay, fine. That answers the McGonagall cat question.
Next question.
Other thing too, man. Like she said what about Hagrid? She's gonna like what? You're gonna trust Hagrid?
Yeah. You think it wise to trust Hagrid with something like this?
You know what a dumbass he is. Poor guy. They did so much to him, and he's so loyal to these people.
I know.
God.
He's a fool.
Of a Duke. Wrong franchise. He's literally got Stockholm syndrome. I'm convinced.
I know.
Poor guy.
Oh my god.
But then again, it's like if he wasn't at Hogwarts, what the hell else would he do?
That's true. Yeah. Because do you remember his giant brother? He's only half giant, and he's what was it, like 7 foot something?
Oh, dude, he was massive. What's 7 foot? He was like 14, 15 feet.
How tall?
And like 8,000 pounds.
Hold on, before we go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think, okay, for the record, I don't think they even say it in the book how tall he is.
Yeah, but they visualized it in the movies. He was pretty tree-sized.
Yeah, he's 8'6".
That, what? No, wait, what? Hagrid's 8'6".
Okay, see, here we go. It doesn't say it in the book. It says, Hagrid is mentioned as being twice as tall as the average man. But it doesn't say how tall he is.
Okay, so let's
wait,
say...
so the average man is 4 feet?
Yeah, no, wait. Oh, no, I think they scaled that shit down in the movies.
He is portrayed as being 8'6".
Yeah.
And in later books, he is said to be 3 times as wide. Hagrid is known for his thick West Country accent. Well, maybe in the story, yeah, but in the movie, I don't think he had a West Country accent. Yeah, in the movie, I'm sure they scaled him down, because he did not look 12 feet. Bro, when he wasn't 12 feet. He's only 8 feet.
Huh? Well, they say he was twice as tall as the average man. The average man's like 5'10". So that means he's at least 10 feet or 11 feet tall. There's no fucking way. Anyways, it's like the other point that I had, which I'm going to say now. When they were walking in the train station, and then that person looking at him, he's like, the fuck you looking at? Like, bro, you're the size of a house. How can I not look at you? And he's just walking around like it's like, what, you've never seen a giant before?
No, they haven't.
Exactly. So what the hell are you getting mad at?
But also understand that about 90-something% of his life is spent in the Muggle world or in the Wizarding world.
Yeah,
it's normal for wizards to see that stuff.
So if an albino person goes to Africa and they're all looking at it, what are you gonna do? Get mad? You've never seen it before.
It's 2022. Of course, they're gonna get mad.
That's true. How dare you? Your village has never seen me? Like,
okay, but what I'm saying is, in Hagrid's mind...
By the way, before we go on, small tidbit. So there was a group of, like, really white people that went to Africa. When was this? This was, like, 2000.
White as in albino or like, white as in pale?
Really pale.
Okay.
Really pale. So they actually got killed by this tribe of...
Like porcelain? Oh, my God.
Yeah, they got killed by this tribe of Africans because one of the African women... was scared and she ran to the village and said there's vampires in the village and they actually got killed. Sorry, you can Google this. I forgot what year. So it stands to reason that if Hagrid is 8.5 feet tall and he's walking through a train station, someone's bound to look at him and he has no right as a giant motherfucker to get mad at that person.
But he is not exposed to that. It's normal for him to be surrounded by people that find that normal.
Okay, so here's the thing that I'm wrestling with this whole time. So in the beginning, you have Dumbledore, you have McGonagall, and you have Hagrid, who are like basically like a retired rock band, the way that they all work together.
Like Johnny Depp's.
Yeah, right, exactly. So you have all of them and trying to like hide a kid in the Muggle world. Okay. So then you send this giant beast to go and like get Harry and walk him through the Muggle world. Why wouldn't you send another professor or something? Like, why wouldn't McGonagall go? At least she looks like elderly grandmother kind of thing. Like,
okay, that
exactly.
That
Who
makes
would
sense.
Look at her? Exactly.
But also,
maybe if she was dressed in a robe, they'd look at her.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe Hagrid also has like the confidence to just walk around. Like, he probably wasn't like insecure about the guy looking at him. He was probably just like ready to fight.
If you were to
or stomp on him.
I don't know. He seemed pretty mad from what I remember. But then again, my powers of recollection are always questioned. Okay, so think about this. Like, let's say somebody as tall as... who's like a giant motherfucker. Dude, if someone the size of Jason Momoa is walking around in the train station, everyone's like, damn, that dude's tall as shit. And he's only like, he's 6'5". Like, that's tall.
Yeah.
But people look at a guy that tall. You know what I mean? So if someone's like 8.5 feet...
But also, Jason Momoa is exposed to people that would like...
Well, that's why I said a guy the size of Jason Momoa. If it was him, obviously it won't.
Muggles
yeah.
are... How do I explain it? Like...
human?
No! I don't know how to explain it, but it goes back to what I was saying before. Hagrid is constantly surrounded by nothing but the wizarding world, where it's normal.
Exactly.
So when he's put in a place, that's not normal for him, he's not going to think like, oh, I'm a giant, or I'm half giant. What are these people going to think? Because to him, it's normal that he's half
Well,
giant.
well, exactly.
Like his girlfriend from Goblet of Fire.
Wait, was that his girlfriend? Or
Well, I don't know. It was like his love interest.
His fling?
Yeah. His
What was
summer
her name?
fling.
Madam...
I don't even remember.
I don't know, that giant bitch.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, fine.
Like.
That also explains why Hagrid told that guy to fuck off when he was looking at someone who was 9 feet tall.
Next question.
Also, it always bugged the shit out of me that in the North American release, it was the Sorcerer's Stone. Like, why didn't you just keep it the Philosopher's Stone? And I know they've explained that. I forgot why, but like, it's such a stupid ass.
That surprisingly, I'm gonna have to Google because I actually don't know. Because when I first read the book, and I don't mean to cut you off, when I first read the book, like in 3rd grade, I read it as the Philosopher's Stone, not the Sorcerer's Stone.
I think, from what I remember, if y'all remember the OGs, the Scholastic Book Fair,
yes,
they had, I think it was the Sorcerer's Stone.
In America, yeah,
yeah, exactly. So. I think it was done as a marketing point of view, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. Which is very fucking stupid because
it was changed by American publisher Scholastic because it thought American children wouldn't want to read a book with philosopher in the title. Basically saying we're stupid as hell.
So not the great artwork on the title, not like that. It's an amazing book. Not. The whole story that pops out, not the marketing, not the whatever, like none of that. It's literally one word. Like these guys, it's like if you ever see, you probably haven't seen it, or maybe you have. You are a gamer, but if you ever see like the old we don't want to expose you.
No, I'm saying like gamer-ish. I don't like.
Well, back in the day, if you see like Mega Man, like for Nintendo, if you see the
come on now.
True, but have you seen the box art cover for like? The North American releases versus the Japanese releases?
I don't think I've seen the Japanese release.
The Japanese is literally like pretty cartoony. Actually, there's my glasses case right there.
This?
Yeah. So if you open it, this is basically this is my glasses wiper, by the way.
Where are your glasses? Not important.
I think they're in another castle, along with the princess. So this is like, I don't know if y'all can see, but it's like 30th anniversary Mega Man thing. This is like how colorful and everything like it kind of was. So this is Japanese box art.
Oh, okay. And so then maybe I've seen Japanese and not American. I don't know. Whatever my brother had as a kid.
Yeah, the Americans one like was terrible, and that's why I always said, why would you change it to this stupid ass shit? And same with the Sorcerer's Stone. Like I get marketers want to maximize profits, but at the same fucking time, dude, like, come on.
I honestly, growing up, I thought like before, we found out it was like a marketing, not a marketing thing, but like let's dumb it down for the Americans thing, which is so sad, Jada.
Right.
I honestly thought that it was because just like the terminology between the two countries, you know what I mean? Like how they have certain words for things and we have.
Yeah, like they have like English, we have like North American English.
No, but I'm just saying, like, slang terms, like, our slangs are different. Like, no one in America is going to say bloody hell the way Ron says it all the time.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was, like, the equivalent.
I would love to hear that.
If someone said bloody hell all the time. So just start it.
Y'all from around here? Well, bloody hell. I want to hear that. Are you daft?
Start it.
Should I? Let's do it. Hashtag bloody hell American. Let's do that. Let's start it up. Also, okay, does the Wizarding World have like social services or like child protective services? Like, do they have that? They must have kept an eye on Harry and sometimes been pissed off, like, how could we handle these people? McGonagall for sure came by as a cat one day and like, I can't believe these are the people we left him with. He's not even in a room. He's not even in a box. He's in a space under the stairs.
It's not a box. So luxurious.
Jesus Christ.
What an upgrade.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, boxes come in various sizes.
That's true. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, they didn't.
So, okay, wait, hold on. I'm trying. So what happens to like orphan children?
They have an orphanage. They just didn't send Harry there. I guess.
I don't know. So okay, I get it, but at the same time, like, let's just move on. I'll come back to that point. Okay. And then, okay, so I'm pretty sure some weird shit happened in Harry's childhood, which he tried to explain. But at the same time, like, have you seen The Sixth Sense?
Oh my god, years ago.
Like, that kid was forever, like, being haunted by dead people, and no one believed him. And, like, that is a legitimate reaction to, like, if you were to see ghosts and no one believed you. Like, you know it's not a normal thing because no one else is seeing them.
Yeah.
No one else believes you that you're seeing them. Yeah. You cannot sleep because of that shit. So I can imagine the stuff that happened to Harry up until he was, what, 11? Mm-hmm. So, like, it's like when the snakes start talking to him. Mm-hmm. The way that he reacted, it was like, that wasn't the first magical experience he's had, but that's the first time he realized that he's talking to a snake.
Excuse me, yeah.
And he's just like, can you hear me? That's your reaction, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I get, what's his name? What the hell is the actor's name again?
Harry's character? Daniel Radcliffe?
Daniel Radcliffe. Like, if I was a director, I'd be like, cut, let's take it again. Be like, can you act more enthused, surprised? A snake, a reptile, something that doesn't have hands and feet, or fur, or eyebrows, has spoken to you. Can we have a little more enthusiasm? Next, take.
But no, I shouldn't say that.
Well, like, again, going back to The Sixth Sense, that kid was a phenomenal actor, and he was young as shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, what's their names? The Olsen twins were amazing actors in Full House. They pretended to be one girl.
The sisters are they're on another level.
Yeah, true, but goddamn, man, like, come on, do another take, bro. That's all I'm saying. If I was talking to snakes, even if I was 4, I'd probably be like, Mom, Dad! I wouldn't just be like, can you hear me? Bloody hell! I don't know. This guy really needs to, like...
So they didn't show it in the book, obviously. Or, sorry, in the movie, obviously. But in the book, they talked about, like... I think there was, like, maybe a paragraph's worth. Maybe less. Of, like, weird shit that would go on. And I remember distinctly one of them, was, like... His Aunt Petunia would cut his hair, and then the next night or the next day, like when he woke up, it was like back to what it was. Yeah. So they do mention it in the book.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, he's had weird shit happen to him. Like, I'm sure, because if that was the first thing that happened, like, ever, and that was his reaction, then that'd be like way worse. But at the very least, like, you know what I mean? That's like that's like, imagine if Harry like started a fire, like, out of nowhere. Like, I'm pretty sure he'd be surprised. Yeah. Even if other shit happened to him. Like, something new happened. You know what I mean? And it's like, these events are getting, like, more and more extreme.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't just have the same reaction. Oh, wow, look, Spock's. Like...
I was like, who's Spots?
Their dog. Okay, so moving on to that. Why do you have a delivery owl? When after a certain range, like the mail magically shoots into the mail chute, like with extreme accuracy. Why even have an owl? Why not just send it through the mail?
Because it's the owls that are delivering it, and they're just like dropping it.
Exactly. So might as well just have the owl deliver it like all the way through, or just use the mail system.
It just got to a point where, at that point, it was just overkill because they wanted to make sure that Harry got his letter, and that his Uncle Vernon wasn't like trashing him.
So you're telling me that owls are more trustworthy than the UK post office? Is that what you're saying to me right now?
That's
because I'm sure people get their checks on time.
That's not what I'm saying. That's what J.K. Rowling is saying.
Once again, disclaimer. These are opinions. These are not facts.
That's what J.K. Rowling is saying happens in the movie.
I mean, I like I said, I digress and I'm probing too much into a young adult's movie. But at the same time, these are the same thoughts I've had when I first watched the movie.
Since we were like 10?
Yes. I've always been a critic. And I've always been fat. These are two facts.
No. Okay, yes. But I was going to say, then what happened today when I asked if you were hungry? And you said no.
Well, just because I'm fat doesn't mean I'm always hungry.
I'm always hungry.
Well, you're different. We built different.
Yeah, we're usually more in sync than that when it comes to hunger.
Like, honestly ate like a giant bowl of rice before you got here, so.
And you didn't save any for me?
There's a whole pot.
No, okay.
You know how my mom cooks.
I know, but I don't want to.
We'll figure something.
It's fine.
What the hell? Oh yeah, so I mean, like how behind in the times are they? Like in the Muggle world, I'm sure this is after they split an atom, so they've had like nuclear, like atomic power. You know, they've had nuclear technology. I firmly believe that the Muggles would kill the wizards because of how behind the times they are.
Yes.
If you were to tell me, let's say like Death Eaters.
Okay.
Okay, let's say like 6 of them versus like SEAL Team 6. Like, who do you think would win?
I mean,
like, you're telling me a tank wouldn't take out like a couple Death Eaters?
but they can also like apparate and stuff, so they can just kind of like move their way out.
But they're not always in like apparition form. Like they're not always.
No, but they also have spells that can like repel them.
True, but okay, let's say like
they can get on a broom and fly away.
Bro, there's a sniper somewhere, like trained on them.
Oh my God.
If Levi Harvey Oswald can do what he did, imagine what today's snipers with modern technology could do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really believe that the Muggles would overpower the Wizards just because of their technological advancements. Because it's like,
okay, yeah.
Bro, you're still using owls. Like, I'm pretty sure. When did the movie take place? The first one?
Like early 90s.
Okay, so we're way past Morse code. Like, we had the internet. Like, this is early internet, but we had the internet. So we had data transfers at extreme speed. So you're telling me at least the Wizarding World, like they live in houses in the Wizarding World, right?
Magical houses, yes.
Yeah, they do, but they still have windows and doors and shit. So, especially that you have, like Ron's house. Don't the brooms and shit all like use themselves? Like the house basically like
yeah, but it's
itself?
enchanted.
Exactly. So you're telling me there's not like some wizard scientists that like have shit that's doing the work for them while they're researching something else? Hey, we've discovered a better way of electricity. We found out where protons are before the Muggles did. But no, they'd rather watch Quidditch. Which is very believable, by the way. It is. That'll be, man, how do they let children play that? Dude, the Wizarding World is brutal. They don't take care of orphans.
They don't give a damn.
Yeah, exactly. They let the horrible teachers teach. They have schools where monsters and demons and shit like basically reside. Mm-hmm. They let them play extreme sports. Like over here, if you were to like nowadays, if you don't have like equipment on, you can't play football.
Right.
These guys are flying at extreme speed at Mach 1 and looking for little flying balls. Good, you know what? Good on them.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is the Wizarding World is not for sissies. Most people nowadays in 2022 would not last in the Wizarding World. Make it. Myself included, by the way. You think I could fit on the Nimbus 2000?
The new Nimbus 2000.
I love that. That's literally like Harry just got like a Maserati in the mail.
Yeah.
Wow, is that a fucking Ferrari at 50? Jesus Christ, Harry. Oh, God. And only like Ron reacted. Bro, this guy just got the newest, latest model of like the richest thing in the world.
But you know what I also think it kind of is? It's one of those things where like I feel like, and I obviously could be wrong because I'm not the writer of the story, but it's like a mix of like just being like in like not a state of shock, but like he's just so surprised that he's speechless, and then the other part is like he's still kind of confused. I mean, he's still trying to absorb everything.
Like Ron has the most appropriate responses to shit.
But we know how Ron grew up.
Yeah, true, but but that's what I mean. He has appropriate responses to shit. When Harry's like, "We'll take the law" on the train when they grabbed the candy.
Yes.
When he pulled out that wad of like that was what, like 10 grand?
I don't know, sure.
Ron was like, Jesus Christ, Harry!
Yes, but he also has, like, what is it called? When you, like, come into a lot of money, like buyer's guilt or winner's guilt, whatever it's called. Harry.
Okay.
Like, now all of a sudden he has all this money, he's just going to spend it on whatever.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, Ron
has never seen that much money.
Exactly. So if Ron talked to a snake for the first time, I'm sure he'd have an appropriate response.
Yeah, I think he would be more. I think Ron would be more scared because he knows what it means if you can talk to a snake. Harry doesn't know. Harry probably like.
For sure. I mean, I understand, but at the same time, like, you're still talking to a snake. Like, okay, even if he was
don't
to
be
talk
either
to
with the damn snake.
Nah, man, that's a valid point.
It is a valid point.
If he was to talk to a mosquito, that would be just as surprising, if not more.
I hate mosquitoes.
Like, hey, dude, what's up? Oh, don't ever come on near me or my son again. Keep my wife's name. Anyways, back to topic. Can we talk about how much of a narcissist Hermione is?
Oh my god. Yeah. She's very like
very narcissistic.
Yeah, she's very what's the word I'm looking for? Pompous. And she's very much like I don't know, not a goody two shoes, that's not the word. It's just she's very like uppity. I don't know.
Like, I don't understand. Her parents seem very humble. Like, where?
They're both dentists.
They're what?
They're both dentists. Not that
really?
has anything to do with them being humble, but...
Damn, maybe that would have saved the Starks if they had cleaner teeth.
That's a discussion for another day.
Her mom was, what's her name? Catelyn Stark in Game of Thrones?
Mm. Oh, was she?
I don't know if her face is on that. Well, that mug is like.
Yeah, you can't see.
Yeah, this is one of those heat mugs, but right now you can't see her face. But yeah, no, there's a few characters.
I am gonna need more coffee, by the way.
Huh?
I said I am gonna need more coffee, by the way.
It's like my third cup, but I'm done. Okay, so there is more.
Yeah. So I'm saying like coffee break and then.
All right.
La Hadia, whenever.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't know why that got weird. But anyways, okay, yeah, she's very fucking like narcissistic. And I don't know. I mean, I get it. Being like the smart kid, aka me in class.
Okay.
So okay.
Also, I've never been in class with you, so I don't know why I had that reaction, so I apologize.
Damn, you know me that well. Or you knew I was lying. But there was this one girl in class who really was like Hermione. Like she was really like different. Like she was very smart, very mature for her age, and the rest of us just didn't know how much, like how, like you know,
half of what she knew.
No. Well, that, and then also like it wasn't that she knew so much. It was that her work ethic for like being fucking 10 years old was like. Nothing else.
Why are we judging a 10-year-old's work ethic?
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's how Hermione, like, that's why when Ron was like, no wonder she doesn't have any friends. Yeah. But she comes off as narcissistic.
Honestly.
I know. He ends up banging her. But he has, like, okay, like, I understand, because she comes off that way.
Correct.
Like, but she's a really good, like, good person. And her character development, even in the first movie, was great, because in the beginning, you see, like, she's like, she just sits her ass down. And she's like, wow, you're Harry Potter. And you are... like,
you've got dirt on your nose, by the way.
Know, right?
Did you know?
Here, Harry, your glasses are fixed. You're dirty. Like, she comes off that way, but then, like, you know, she's loyal to her friends and shit like that. So she is narcissistic, yes. Yeah. But in a less, I guess, pompity kind of way.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you would agree or not.
It's not that I don't agree. I do agree. But I don't know. I guess we would need to know what she was like beforehand. Because with her, maybe it's same.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
With her, it's maybe I'm just kidding. Maybe it's just one of those things where like now that she's, you know, she found out she's a witch, she's just excited, so she's like reading everything about it. Like she probably just got overly excited, and she just wants to like absorb all this knowledge.
That makes sense.
You know what it is? It could also, or what it could be, I should say, it could also be that because she's Muggle-born, she probably feels like she has to prove herself worthy to be like amongst all these people that are not Muggle-born.
Yeah, true. That makes sense. Yeah, because then if you find that out, you know, and it's like, okay, I got some catching up to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta, like, you know,
it's like going to the bar at midnight 1 o'clock, let's
Which
say.
we don't do, by the way.
Which we don't do.
Yeah.
My ass is in bed by like 10 o'clock.
Mine too.
Yeah, like say you go to the bar at like 12 o'clock, like midnight, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Everybody around you is drunk.
That's true.
You're either one, gonna play catch up, or two, you're gonna get bored and be like, all right, well, this was not fun.
That's true.
Because it's not fun to be around drunk
Other
people
drunk
if
people,
you are
yes.
not drunk. You know, so not that it's
That's
the
true.
best.
No, but I mean,
comparison,
it's the same thing as like when you're sleepy and everyone else is like awake. Mm-hmm. Like you're like tired and everyone else
FOMO.
is having a good time. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So I mean, okay, that makes sense. So she's less narcissistic than I thought she was.
Yeah.
What else was this? Oh yeah. So remember when Harry, when Hagrid burst down their cottage door?
Hey, now we're jumping back. Okay.
Well, yeah. Now we're going back in time. So
No, I meant like story wise. Anyway, okay, yeah.
So remember
Sorry
when?
about
Yeah.
that.
Sorry
I just
about
broke
that.
into your house.
Boom. Literally broke their door. The poor guy. Anyways. Some good water. So when Aunt Petunia when she told Harry how like proud everyone was of the sister and shit.
We have a witch in the family.
Do you
Isn't it
think-
wonderful?
So I got to thinking, like, do you think? Because I'm pretty sure it seems like most people are proud that their kids are like, get their letter
Special.
acceptance to Hogwarts. Yeah, exactly. Like whether they're muggles or whatever, like most people seem proud of that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like getting into like one of the best private schools ever.
Yeah.
So, how old is Hogwarts?
How many years?
Like, how old is it? Like, how old is the school? Did they ever say?
It's also been a lot of years since I read the book, so I don't know like minuscule details like that. But we can look it up.
I told you to do your fucking homework.
Bro, no.
Yeah, no,
Whatever.
I didn't. When do I do homework?
And even if you had said do your homework, this would not have come up in that discussion of me doing my homework.
That is true. I am the worst tutor.
1,000 years. Founded in
So-
the 10th century. Oh, I did know that because they talked about that in the second one. But anyway, go on.
Okay, so what I was thinking was there must have been a few actual witches during the Salem witch trial. Do you think their parents were proud? Do you think at the time of the Renaissance, when people were getting killed for saying that the sun doesn't revolve around the earth, do you think they got killed? Do you think their parents were proud as Christians in the medieval ages?
No, during the medieval ages, they were probably embarrassed of their children.
Did they like send them away, or were they just
I'm sure some did.
I
wouldn't
does it
doubt
say
it.
that shit in the books? Does it explain that? Huh?
No. I'm sure someone, there's got to be at least one person out there, well, at the time,
Yeah.
out then, that was like, shunned and probably kicked out.
Probably. I mean, it happened to
I wouldn't
Voldemort.
doubt it.
Didn't it happen to Voldemort?
He's a different story.
I kind of forget what the hell his story is, but that's.
I
we'll
feel
save
like
that
that's,
for,
yeah.
For like episode, what was that, 5, 6? What fucking movie was that? 5?
More 6 is when they go more
his
into
story.
yeah.
All right, so y'all gotta wait for that. And the wand shop, bro, it's been there since like.
My wand. I forgot that I forgot it.
Don't worry,
You
we'll have your
reminded me.
fucking owl, bring it to the house, and then I'll shoot it straight through the mailbox.
Hedwig.
So was the Ollivander? His
Ollivander,
wand shop has
yeah.
been around since, what was it, 382 BC.
Something like
His
that. Yeah.
sorting system is so out of date. Like how he remembers everyone's wands that he's ever sold. Like, I'm sure he remembers where all the wands are, but like you would think at least you redecorate a little, you fucking update a bit.
Okay.
You have
Okay.
filing cabinets.
Okay.
This guy still like falls off ladders and shit.
Okay, but they don't go into the book. But there is such a thing called
The
organized
decimal system.
organized chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just work better. Some people know. Like my dad, I swear to you, I can ask him for a paper clip,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll say, "Go downstairs into the office, on the floor by my desk,
Mm-hmm.
behind the box of the batteries." And like, why do you know that it's on the floor? And second of all, if it's on the floor, why didn't you put it on the desk?
That is a valid point.
Some people just work better that way.
Okay, I'll concede that point to you. That makes more sense. I mean, I've always thought that. I'm like, bro, you like, this is like 2,000 years before Christ. Like, you never thought to update your shit.
I'm sure. How do we know that he didn't try to and he saw that it wasn't working for him?
Maybe you're right. Maybe what you said, the whole chaos theory thing.
Yeah. Organized chaos.
That's it.
Some people just work better that way. Like, even if things are not in their, like, logistical spot, people know where they are. Like I said, like my dad knowing where the stupid paperclip was.
Yeah.
Why do you know that it's on the floor behind the box of batteries, like underneath the desk? And why is the battery box underneath the desk?
Organized chaos, I
yeah.
guess. Okay, we learned something new, or at least I did.
Learned something new.
I learned something new. I'm sure there's at least one of you who did. If you agree with me, make sure to tell me and her so that we know there's more muggles out there. Okay, so
not me.
Now to actually get into the school itself. Okay, so
oh my god, we haven't even gotten to the school.
Yeah, no, goddamn, we're still talking about Hagrid in the train station.
No, we're not. Please don't.
So when they finally get to the school, first thing they do before they go into like their dorms, I guess, or whatever wing of the school, they get sorted into 4 different houses. So
yeah.
Is it? Gryffindor, Ravenclaw,
Hufflepuff, and Slytherin.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess the bad guys are Slytherin and the good guys are Gryffindor, and then the other 2 houses don't really matter.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they matter, but like not really.
Not in the movies wise.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't want to offend anybody that feels they are a Hufflepuff.
I identify as a Ravenclaw.
No, but I mean, like, you know, on what's it called? On Pottermore or whatever that website is.
Okay, fair enough. We include all kinds here, by the way. Okay, so the Sorting Hat. In what fucking order were they picking people? Because H and G.
Not the Sorting Hat, McGonagall.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they sorted them in a random alphabetical order. So Hermione Granger was what, the first? Where did that come? H and G are pretty, like, middle letters.
Maybe. And this is just a stretch. This is a very far stretch. Maybe they were going in order of, like, who, like... What's like
entered the building?
Not entered the building, but like who, like confirmed that they're going, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because obviously Hermione is
like
going to
first
be like,
come, first served.
yes, thank you. I could not think of that word. Looking like a damn fool. I couldn't think of that phrase.
It's okay. We'll edit that.
Again, it's a stretch because I'm sure that's not how it happened.
Yeah.
Because anyway, but I'm just trying to think of where the logic was. You also have to understand that it seems like there's not a whole lot of Eddie logic to this movie. So us trying to come up with logic is, I mean...
It's true. I mean, yes, I understand. But at the same time, like I said, I'm probing too much into it.
Yeah.
However, as a critic, it is my right, my God-given right to criticize what is presented to me.
Is that okay?
Well, no, I don't know.
No, I was just gonna say, is that like God given? But I'm like, I guess freedom of speech, whatever.
Exactly. No one can take that away from me, no matter what they tell you. Keep your tinfoil hats on. Okay, moving on. So somehow they figured out some sort of fucking order.
I'm trying to see if there's an answer on Google because I don't think they went into I don't think they discussed that in the book. Yeah,
I don't know. Okay, so after that, then they were all going like up the stairs and shit, and going to their dormitories. But this is the most dangerous school in the world. So, as any kid, have they ever confirmed if any kid's fallen off those stairs and like died or broken an arm or something? Because there's the stairs in the school for those 1 or 2 people who haven't seen the movies, by the way.
Muggles.
Yeah, right. Weirdos. Those kinds. You people.
I was gonna say we can't say them.
Or they.
So
the stairs move. What, randomly? Like
correct.
Whenever they choose to. So they're enchanted, I guess.
Why
would you do that? Why the fuck would you do that? Why don't you have corridors and shit? Or at least have a timer and be like, oh shit, it's about to like. What if you're in a hurry? What if you're running to the bathroom? Like, what if you gotta go?
On the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, pretty much, literally. Or what if a kid? You know how kids skip stairs?
Sure, I did.
What if like?
I said sure. I didn't.
What do you mean? You never like when you were like going upstairs, downstairs, you would like skip steps or something?
No.
Or slide down the railings. You never did that shit?
No, I leaned on my railing once and I broke it off. So I refuse to ever do anything against the railing. There's a fat joke there. I see it.
She knows me so well. Alright. All fat jokes aside, still, like, I mean, what? Have they never confirmed one kid has tried to do a flip or something and fell when the stairs moved?
I'm sure. They just didn't talk about it in the book or movie.
They literally have, like, zero safety. Jesus Christ. Like...
They just...
Yeah, it's like even the Nimbus 2000 thing. They literally gave Harry a sports car. And he didn't even know about, like, booms before. And then it's like, here, Harry, go ahead. We saw you fly once, so here you go. That's like a kid stealing his, like, parents' car, being able to, like, drive it. And it's like, you didn't crash, so here's a set of keys. Mr. 11-year-old. I remember when I did that shit and I stole the car, my parents never bought me a car. Let alone bought me a Ferrari. Okay, so what else was I saying?
She also wanted to make sure that her team won, so of course she's going to get him the fastest.
True. How much do they get paid at Hogwarts? Like, that shit's expensive, isn't it? The Nimbus 2000? That's like a luxury item, isn't it?
Yeah, but...
Damn, her
she probably has... I was just going to say, you stole the words out of my mouth. I was just going to say, she's probably got a good pension.
Dude, well, I mean, how old is she? She's probably been teaching for like 300-400 years. She must be making some good pay. Yeah. Shit, man.
Like, if you've been living and working for 300-400 years and you're still broke, you've got major problems.
That was like somebody asked a question the other day, like, why are vampires always loaded? And it's true. If you're like 500 years old and you still like live with your parents, unless they're vampires.
Yeah, but then we got other things we got to discuss before we get to how you're loaded.
Yeah, don't be biting my neck if you don't have a plan.
But to that point, pause this for a second. If you're a vampire, you would never get your pension. Because you never retire.
True,
so what's the point?
You've been living for 500-600 years. You can't figure out how to make a living.
I know, but I'm saying, like, with a pension, like, you can retire and not work. But as a vampire who's not aging and not dying, how do you get your pension?
You're supernatural. You can't bully a gang into working for you.
I'm sure.
First thing I would do, I would go to, like, I don't know, I'd go somewhere very dangerous and be like, y'all work for me now. And be like, if you don't want to, I'll just take the first guy and snap his neck.
Oh,
like, any objections?
Okay.
You wouldn't? If you were a vampire? Well, you're already damned.
I feel like there's a lot of other things, there's a lot of other steps we could take before we jump to snapping someone's neck. Well, that's what I mean.
Neck. Like, in 500 years.
So no, I wouldn't. Because I feel like there's other ways to get there first.
Yeah, but in 500 years you haven't figured out? Desperate times.
I feel like in 500 years I would be so damn miserable.
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ.
I feel like those old people that are miserable and cranky.
I mean, yeah, but they don't have like super speed and like.
But it gets old after 500 years.
That is true. Well, that's what I mean. Like, you know what? It's like Snape or something. Like, sometimes you wonder. You ever talk to some teachers, especially like high school teachers, and like they've been teaching for like 2-3 years and they already can't handle shit. It's justified why Snape is an asshole.
Yeah.
So if you've been teaching for that long, true, but well, I'm saying for any teacher, I'm surprised McGonagall has that kind of patience.
Yeah, kids are the worst.
Yeah,
kids are absolutely the worst,
especially adolescent kids. Ugh. I want to smack some like 8-year-olds myself, you know what I mean? Let alone if they're magical.
Dude, I want to smack some of my friends' kids, no offense.
Oh, yeah. I'd smack my own kids.
That is also very true. That is also
anyways, moving on from
but not like abuse. Yeah.
Okay, so
I was going to say, not abuse, discipline.
Yes, there's a very fine line between muggles and wizards. Okay, so another really valid point. Yeah, but we'll edit that part out.
Okay, sorry.
Another very valid point is, okay, I get they explained that someone broke into Gringotts Bank.
Okay.
But at the same time, the Philosopher's Stone was at the bank.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. There's
no fucking way that this place where everyone keeps their fortunes is less safe than Hogwarts.
Hogwarts is not safe.
To keep something that powerful in?
Well, so what's your question?
So my question is, how is it that the school where 3 first-year students figured out how to get to the Philosopher's Stone, how is that safer than the bank where it's like you have to take like a mining cart down like the shaft for like miles, and then have like 8 people fucking enchant the door so the vault opens and shit like that? Okay, if anything, add some extra security. You can't have some ministry wizards who are trained to fight like, you know, dark arts or whatever. You can't like they can't guard it. You know what I mean? It's like, let's send some more security over here. How is the school like really the safest place?
So are you saying you can't get extra security for the bank or for the school? What are you asking?
I mean, at least both, but at the very least, in this context, I'm saying for the bank. Like, that thing is this powerful. Okay, so it's being guarded at this like bank where it's supposed to be impenetrable. But like, you wouldn't think, just in case, why not have some guards there day and night?
They do have guards.
No, but added security. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna chop that one up to a flaw.
Yeah, must
a plot hole, because in the 7th or 8th movie, so the 7th book.
Yeah.
I just can't remember if it's the 7th or 8th movie. I think it's the 8th. They disguise themselves as other people, and Harry has the cloak, and he's able to get in.
That's what I mean.
But then
like,
when
how
they have
safe
like
is
that,
your money?
Yeah, that's true. But when they like are in that cart going down the mining shaft, and they like drive. What do you even call
a mining cart?
No. Yeah, like you don't drive it, right? Whatever.
I guess it's just what, like it's on a track.
Yeah.
So I guess what, conduct it? Like
sure.
A train?
I don't know.
Sure. I don't know.
It's enchanted nonetheless. Yeah. When they're going under that waterfall and it like clears all enchantments.
Yeah.
That's how they become themselves again. Like all disguises are hidden.
Okay.
Or not hidden, but like
taken off.
Yeah.
Or revealed, whatever.
So obviously, there's your fan is making my hair go everywhere and it's pissing me off.
Well, that's what fans do.
I know, that's why I keep adjusting my hair. Not that I'm like whatever, but
you want a hat?
Because it just gets no, because then I look like a man. I don't look like
you. What's wrong with that?
I'm not a man.
So yeah, the mining cart.
Oh no, I'm just saying I'm gonna chop it up to just a flaw, I guess, in the writing, or I don't know. I'm sure you are not the only person in this entire 7 billion people in this world. You're not the only person that's questioning that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I mean. Like, it should. I'm pretty sure J.K. Rowling has had this question asked of her. You know what I mean? At like Comic Cons or whatever. I'm sure. So,
but at that point, the book was already written, the movie was already made. Like, she's not gonna change it up now.
No, I mean, true. Like, you can't think of everything. But at the same time, like,
she also started writing this book when she was homeless, like going to coffee shops. Yeah. So it's not like.
So what? Just because you're homeless, you get stupid?
No. What I'm saying is like she was doing it to like kind of pass the time.
No, I mean, no,
so she probably didn't think of every single detail.
Well, that's what I mean. She's a greater writer than I'll ever be. Like, and these are just criticisms.
Why would you compare the two?
I'm just saying. Like, let's say if I would decide to write a story, like, she's already way ahead of me. Like, if I ever did decide to write a book, but what I'm saying is, like, you can't, factor in everything. Yeah. But at the same time, like, that is a big point in the story. Because there's this bank where, like, basically, like, high-end wizards and shit trust their shit in. I'm sure the Malfoys have some stuff in there. What dragon?
At the bottom, remember?
Yeah, exactly. So
they probably think that it. Well, I don't know.
And
they probably think that it is safeguarded.
I mean, okay, fine. Let's say,
but they even say, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off again. But in the movie / book, they say like they're all like at a loss for words on how this person got through because no
Hogwarts
one
or
at the bank.
Yeah, exactly. So
they probably didn't think like.
Well, that's what I mean. And in the school, there's an explanation as to how 3 first-year students got to the stone.
But also understand that
which is very shitty security.
But also understand that 3 first-year students happened upon the trapdoor because they were running because the stairs moved and it moved their direction.
Well, that's what I mean.
And so they just happened upon it. It's not like
they were looking for it.
Yeah, they weren't looking for it. They weren't like investigating anything. They just happened upon it. That's
at that time, yeah.
And then number 2, Jade, with all due respect to Hagrid, he doesn't know. He has no filter. He doesn't know when to. That's why his like phrase is. I shouldn't have said that.
That guy's literally me of like the Wizarding World.
Yeah, because he just kind of like stares off and he's like.
Well, that's what I mean. But then he even told some guy at a bar how to get past security and what's it called.
This is why Professor McGonagall said, "Are we sure we want to trust Hagrid?"
This moron, this dumbass. I'm standing right here. Yes, exactly, Hagrid. No, well, that's what I mean. Okay, they happened upon it.
Yes.
At the bank, they can't explain how somebody got in there. Fine. But then here, it's like, so you're telling me that this is better security for the Philosopher's Stone? Ron was the best chess player in the world? Like, what skill level? I'm sure that's not Magnus Carlsen skill level chess. If a first-year, 11-year-old student...
What? It said Zugzwang.
What the fuck is that?
It's a chess term.
Zugzwang?
Zugzwang, yeah.
How come
when the person knows that he's inevitably going to be checkmated. Damn. There's no way out of it, yeah.
I thought I knew it all. You know what else I didn't know? I think it's only when like the first 2 pawns meet. Mm-hmm. So there's a move called unpass. Or en pass, however the fuck you say in French. So, you know, normally a pawn can kill a pawn if diagonally. But I think if a pawn is in front of the other pawn and there's no other pieces, it can actually move to the adjacent spot and take like kill the pawn basically.
Yes, but also going back to wizarding chess. Out of those 3, Ron was the better choice.
He was, but what I'm saying is that board game, like that, is it like it must be based on whatever wizard's skill level is playing. So based on Ron's skill level, like there's no fucking way that this is like another level they have to go through. Mm-hmm. But it's like this is the ultimate like fucking because chess in itself is a hard game.
Correct.
And even for like beginners playing like somebody else, it's hard to know what someone's doing if they're not making any moves.
Yeah.
So Ron, how the hell is he supposed to know what the board was doing? You know what I mean? But at the same time, like he figured it out. Like he figured out what it was doing. So it must have been like the way that board works in the wizarding world to guard the Philosopher's Stone must be based on the person's skill level. So let's say Ron is like a 1200 rank like chess player, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like this thing is still guarding the Philosopher's Stone.
Right.
So it cannot be at like a master's level. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, yes, but let's just say, for the sake of arguing, someone else happened to find the Philosopher's Stone, and they're going through these different, like, security levels, whatever you want to call them. Tests, I think is what they're called in the book.
Trials, something like that.
Trials, yeah, something like that. And they suck at chess. Like, if it was me, I would have walked right back out, because I know damn sure there's no way I'm making it past chess, let alone wizarding chess.
Well, okay, I understand.
But he's also been playing all his life.
Well, that's what I mean. What are the like? I get it's a kid's book.
Yeah.
But like, what are the odds? Like, what if Ron was like, "Fuck, man, like my stomach hurts. I can't come with you guys." Like, and then it was just Harry and Hermione.
Then they would be screwed.
Exactly. So it just happens that
each one, like each of those sorry,
no one's talking to you.
Each one of those like levels, tests, whatever, played to a different character's strength.
Exactly. So, okay, let's say, but that's like my point right now. I understand, but like 3 first year students like made it through that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the chess, fine, the chess. The dog they got through like pretty easily.
Thanks
because
to
he was
Hagrid.
already he was already sleepy and shit. But the key, that's pretty easy to figure out.
The key, the
Remember
flying keys?
Yeah, little mosquito
Yeah,
key
but
thing?
you're also talking to the youngest Quidditch player in a century.
No, that's true, but like you figured out the problem. Like it's not that he got it. It's the fact that it's like, oh look, the one different one. You know what I mean? Like
logic.
These are your defenses for like that's like. How would I compare it to the muggling? To the Muggle world? Like, what would the Philosopher's Stone be? That's like the Hope Diamond. Okay, you have like the rarest diamond in the world.
You totally could have used a Marvel Infinity Stone reference.
Okay.
Go back to the Hope Diamond.
No. Okay, fine. Something. Well, I'm thinking the Muggle world, the non-magical world. Okay, all right, fine. Let's say.
No. Use the muggling world.
Okay, fine.
I said it too.
The smuggling world. Okay, so let's say a Fabergé egg.
Okay.
So you have the rarest piece of like jewelry ever created.
Okay.
Are you telling me that kids will get to that? Like everyone knows how rare it is, how expensive it is.
Yes, but also, and again, this is just a stretch. Harry grew up on defense mechanisms. Like he had to grow up learning like a skill set to like defend himself.
Okay, there's orphan kids in Brazil who learn how to defend themselves. That doesn't mean that they'll figure out how to get past museum security.
Okay, but it's also
or vaults wherever the fuck that diamond is right now.
Fiction.
Yes. But once again, we have the God-given right to criticize, Gabby. And criticize I shall, in the name of the Lord.
It's not... I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I don't have an answer to
that. Too. It's not that it's worth so much. It's that how powerful it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you would think, the not just Hogwarts, but, like, the Ministry and all this shit, they'd be like, guys, we have to keep this thing away from the hands of people like trying to get it. Never mind, because no one knew Voldemort was like back at the time. But still, it's like, you know, if that thing got in the hands of like a normal person, they could do a lot with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like why? Like I don't know. Someone's like mind was sleeping that day.
J.K. Rowling, because she wrote it.
Or Nicholas Flamel, or whatever the hell his name was.
Nicholas Flamel.
Yeah, the guy who made it.
Yeah, well.
Even him too, man. Like, you didn't think, it's like, maybe I shouldn't tell people about this. Then again, if you do come up with groundbreaking research,
yes, you're gonna want to share that news with people.
That's true.
Whether it be to boast and brag.
Einstein didn't fucking hide the theory.
Einstein also was like barefoot half the time.
He had a wife. What does
that have to do with anything?
You ever seen 40-Year-Old Virgin?
I've seen it once, maybe twice.
Einstein,
and the first time was like...
He had a wife who we fucked, by the way.
Oh my god. The first time I watched 40-Year-Old Virgin was when it was in theaters.
Yeah, dude, honestly, that movie caught me off guard. Like, that was way funnier. But we're getting off track. We're talking about a non-magical movie during a magical podcast.
Yeah. Because you just have so many, like, over-analytical questions that, like...
I shouldn't have said
that. Because I just feel like... Some of these questions, I get that it's your God-given right to critique, but I just feel like there's other things you would probably critique before you get to these things. Because sometimes I understand you critique whatever, but sometimes you just gotta let a fiction be a fiction.
You know what? One thing I will say, at
least to that point.
One thing I will say is there are certain things that, you know, I could critique. Okay, we'll be done soon. Damn, it's already been an hour.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no shit. We'll wrap this up in a little bit. I need some coffee too. But
we can't just take a break.
Huh?
We can't just take a break and edit this short break out. All right, just
this will be the time to read sponsors, I guess. This podcast sponsored by. Well, okay.
Your mom's just there.
I actually trimmed it, by the way. So.
Wow. Okay.
I know. This is why I went swimming the other day.
Oh.
You think I'd swim if I had my sweater on?
Some people do.
Those are muggles. Those are, what are they called? Mudbloods. Filthy half-breeds. But, okay, so, like Doctor Strange, for instance.
Okay.
Like when in the multiverse of madness. So, for instance, like I watched it. Anytime I watch something, I never watch something. Like I give it a chance. Mm-hmm. Whether I watch it, read it, listen to it, smell it, taste it, feel it, buy it, touch it. So
stop format it.
So, anyways, I always give it a fair chance.
Yes.
But it's like what I said. When you go to a restaurant.
Okay.
And you try something, that doesn't mean you had a bad experience once. It doesn't mean everything on their menu is terrible.
Correct.
But if you have like 2, 3, 4 times, and it's like, dude, their food sucks, you're not going to keep going there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll say, it's like, hey, man, your sauce was flavorless, or like it's over-salted, or my steak is burned, or something. But then 3, 4 times, like, you're a fool if you keep going after that.
You're
you know
what
I mean?
Okay, hit.
You're a fool, Harry. Wait, did anyone ever say that? I feel like somebody did call him a fool. Anyways, before we get off topic and I go on a tangent.
I was going to say, I'm just confused what...
So my point right now is, just because something's presented to me and it's supposed to be like this way, that doesn't mean that I don't have any, like, design notes or, like, writer's flaws or anything
absolutely,
like that. You know
absolutely.
what I mean?
But I'm just saying there's certain things... Okay, like today, for example, that we've been discussing all this. There have been certain points that I have shared my opinion on, and you're like, okay, that makes sense.
Exactly.
There's other things that, at least between you and I, if we can get J.K. Rowling on the show, we can ask her.
Not sure. One day.
There's just certain things that...
We need your support to make that happen. Well, no, I understand. And like I said, I still love Harry Potter. Yeah, regardless of what I say.
Sometimes you just gotta chop it up to, it's just a fiction. It's a children's book. Or a young adult, whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, I think it is, even though the themes are a little bit deeper, you find it in the children's section at Barnes & Noble.
True, but it's like when your parents, like, or even like people, even our age for that matter, when they say it's like, oh, bro, you still watch like cartoons? Like, bro, just because it's animated doesn't mean it has child themes.
Anime is different, though. Oh, you said anime.
Animation
I
in
heard
general.
anime. Yeah.
Like, people think Bugs Bunny when they think anime or animation. But, like, have you ever seen, like adult animation? Like, it's not for children.
Well, because they're adult
exactly.
animation.
But some people chop it up to just like, oh, it's a cartoon. Like, let them watch it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
so why can't you just chop this up to it is what it is?
Well, that's different. Because I'm not saying that, it's
because you need
an
children. Answer? Oh.
I'm saying, like...
There's no logic behind it?
No. I'm just saying, like, just because it's made like this way doesn't mean that it's above criticism. Just like anything.
I'm not saying it's not above criticism. I'm just saying we just don't have an answer to it.
Well, exactly. Then I guess a wizard did it. Well, like I said, these are just little design flaws and notes and stuff that I have. Mm-hmm. Not that anything that I've ever made is perfect, so I welcome people's criticism. So maybe J.K. Rowling will see this and decide to come on the show and answer some of these questions. Me and my 5 viewers that I get. But yeah, I mean,
nobody
like I said,
starts out with 1,000 viewers.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, you gotta magically work your way up there.
Magic.
See what I did there?
I'm so bad I forgot my wand.
It's okay. Next episode.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, overall, like these are just criticisms I have, but I give everything a fair shot, and I could watch Harry Potter over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. So, as a fan, I feel like it's a fan's duty to actually criticize.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Like, there's nothing that I think is above criticism. So, to be fair, I love it, but I criticize. But at the end of the day, I still love it.
Yeah.
And I'll still take it for what it is. So those are my opinions on it. Do you have any
Are we done?
Critical notes. Well, I got lazy and didn't write the rest of them, so I don't know if I have anything else.
But we went through everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
What?
Yeah,
wow, you had so many.
I know, shit.
I
could have.
But in our defense, not this last time, but the time before when you were first creating all of these, we didn't finish the movie because we kept pausing it and pausing it and pausing it, and then it got so late.
Well, exactly.
Because you just have so many questions.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Well, we got to stretch the show out a little bit. We can't just have one or 2 points.
I'm just saying that's probably why you did.
No, exactly. That's why it took so long because we kept pausing. So
well, we did pretty much get to the end because if we're at like the
where the fuck were we?
Getting to the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, I think we were at the part where they were playing the chess.
Right around that.
So, I mean, yeah, those are like the points that I have, and if you have anything else, like any criticism or whatnot, like
me criticize Harry Potter?
Nothing.
Nope. I think it's perfect. No, I don't think it's perfect, but I don't.
Like, not one thing that doesn't make sense to you, or you would change anything like that.
No, only because, and maybe I need to hang out with you more often than we already do. But I don't typically critique things because I just don't care enough. Like, as much as I love Harry Potter, I don't care enough about things to like critique it. And like I said, I just chop it up to it is what it is. Okay,
that's fair. Like one other disclaimer for myself that I will say, it's like I said, just because I critique something doesn't mean I don't love it. Like Harry Potter is one of those franchises that when I was a kid, I didn't think I would like, but I fucking love Harry Potter. And so I do that with anything, with songs, with like movies, art, this, that, like writing. I critique everything, but I still love it at the end of the day. There are some things that are legitimately shit. Like, I've been meaning to do a movie review on, there's this movie I watched.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
Okay, we're going to do that one day.
I need to be there for that one because...
Deal.
Okay,
deal. Let's shake on it. Shh. I feel like there should have been like some aura or something.
We should have had like sound machines and stuff, yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Like iCarly.
Forgot about that show.
Movie critique.
Oh yeah, so there was this movie called it's a quote unquote horror movie. It's called Jack in the Box, I think. So I watched the second one. So a little while ago, I was actually in Canada. I was staying at Buddy's house, and we got high as hell. Because usually this guy, same thing, doesn't really critique shit. He just watches it. But like, I tried watching so many things. I just enjoy
it for what it is.
I try to, like I say, I give it a fair shot. So I try to like watch a lot of things that he watches. Like, let's say for instance, most of Netflix originals are shit. Once in a while you get any. Like Stranger Things is good. I haven't seen this last season though. There's certain like Netflix originals that are good, but for the most part, I think most people will agree with me. I think because from what I've talked to people, like most of Netflix originals are shit, especially their live action adaptations.
Which is weird because I feel like I hear the opposite. That Netflix originals are always like really good.
I guess it's maybe like, in the beginning, art is subjective kind of thing, so it's up to people's opinions. But for the most part, I like to talk to a lot of people, and most people will tell me like just based on the conversation that like most Netflix originals, especially live action adaptations, are like kind of shit. There's now and again you'll get something good. But anyways, so where the hell was I getting to? Oh yeah, so he watched it for what it was. And then he'd get annoyed at my criticisms. Because halfway through I'd be like, bro, this doesn't make sense. Why didn't you just like look in the rearview mirror? Like shit like that. So one day, I had a joint in my pocket. We walked around, we were talking and shit, we were smoking, we got home, and he's like, what do you want to watch? At this point I'm just like, I don't care. I just need something to watch. So we put on Jack in the Box too. And then halfway through it, like the movie still on, I looked at him, I was like, bro, honestly, if we were sober, this would be so terrible. Like, but because we're high, I feel like I'm really enjoying it. And so that's why I think like Adult Swim, those like Adult Swim cartoons.
Yeah.
Like
American
when you
Dad.
watch it, like when you watch it like sober, you're like, this is so fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But then like if you get high and watch it, you're just like, this is hilarious. You know what I mean?
No, but okay.
Well, anyways, like a lot of people will know what I mean. But that's what I mean. Like when like if something's like presented to you, that doesn't mean you have to just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
Most people, if they want to observe something that way, that's cool. I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't. Unless like I'm drunk or something, which I don't do that often. But every now and again, when like let's say like you enjoy a drink or two and it's kind of hitting you, yeah, I'll have a different opinion.
You feel it in your gums.
I feel it in my bones. But yeah, I mean, just for me personally, I just like to criticize, but I still enjoy things for what they are.
I will say
That was a long ass rant. I'm sorry.
I will say that I also I'm just not a good analyzer. I never have been, like in high school, like in my literature classes or English classes, whatever. When we had to like read those books like for the curriculum and we would have to like highlight the important things. I didn't know what my teacher felt would be important because like you said, like art is subjective or subjective, whatever. What's important to me may not be important to my teacher. You know what I mean? Like if I highlight something, and this has happened where I've highlighted something and then my teacher will like mark it wrong, but it's like, you asked me to highlight what's important. Yeah. This was important to me. This I felt was needed in the book for whatever reason, So I just, one time just out of spite, I think it was my junior year maybe? I don't remember. Out of spite, I highlighted every word in an entire chapter because she kept marking it wrong and she kept saying that I was missing points or I, didn't highlight enough.
See, big brain logic. The entire book is important.
I just, like I said, I've just always been horrible at, because again, what's important to me may not be important to somebody else.
That's exactly. I mean, it's like it goes back to what we were saying. Art is subjective. So that's just how I am. I'm a criticizer. Yeah. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We're criticizing something we both enjoy. But we both enjoy it differently.
You were criticizing.
You were defending.
Exactly.
So, points to you. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's all for fun. It's all just opinion based. And we're just literally reliving our experience. Yeah, exactly. That's basically what's going on. So like we said before, this is the first of many episodes. I think I have the Harry Potter book. Maybe the first one, I think, somewhere here.
You only have the first one?
Maybe. Let me check the restricted section.
Notes in the restricted section.
What a bitch, eh? She fucking left them to go get shit.
But she was going home for the holidays.
Yeah, but she's basically saying, how about you go where you're not allowed to go? And while I'm gone, I think I have it somewhere.
I don't know, but one of your books is upside down and it's been bugging me.
Which one?
The Art of Seduction book.
Oh, damn.
And then Gilgamesh.
For those of you who don't know, this is not what you think in seduction ways. What the hell is a Gilgamesh?
No, you just had it up. One more, there.
Yeah, there we go. Who the hell touched my books while I was gone?
Nobody's been here.
Are you sure about that?
Well, I don't know, because I haven't been here either.
Anyways, I'll find the book somewhere. But until then, we will see you guys in the next episode. And make sure you comment. Make sure you like and subscribe and share with 1,000 of your friends. And don't skip because there's surprises throughout the entire episode. So thanks for being on the show. Do you have anything else to say? Do you got anything going on that you'd like to tell the audience?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing. You don't buy something new? You're not going somewhere?
I want to go get food and some more coffee. That's about it.
Okay, so now you guys know that. Okay, well,
what about
this
you?
has
Do
been
you
very
have
interesting.
anything going on?
I gotta go to the bathroom actually, so I want to wrap this up.
So I have to go because you're going to be in there for like 30 minutes then.
Yeah, people know me so well. Anyways, we'll get coffee first, then bathroom, then food. Maybe in that order. We'll see. Maybe it's the same order that the Sorting Hat picked. So we'll
Just at random.
Yeah, exactly.
At will.
Hermione Granger. H and G. Maybe the Wizarding World has an alphabet we have no idea about.
Well,
but anyways, that's a subject for another episode. Thanks for joining us, guys. We will see you on the next episode. Peace out.